Hello, book friends. Today I am here to share a book haul from one of my favorite online discounted booksellers. I'm also sharing a few lovely gifts that I received in the mail, and be sure to stay tuned to the end because I have a very big thank you to express. Hello, I'm Jen, and welcome back to my reading life. As I mentioned in the intro, today I am here to share with you a book haul from one of my favorite online discounted booksellers. But first, I want to share a few things that I received in the mail from some of my lovely viewers. And one of them is a bit of a mystery. So I'm hoping that somebody out there can help me out with this. First up though, I want to say a very big thank you to my lovely viewer, Mary Rose, who sent me a lovely package, which included some tea that I have never seen before, but sounds delicious. And I am so excited to have this. She sent this as a thank you for me hosting January, our Jane Austen January read along. And she sent me Chapters Tea Company, A Date with Mr. Darcy. And this is loose leaf black tea with vanilla and bergamot. I am so looking forward to giving this a sip and seeing what I think. Maybe I'll have to do a little short video taste test of this one. Let me know if you would like to see that, but thank you so much, Mary Rose, for sending this tea to me. I cannot wait to try it out. There were a few other little goodies that came along with the tea, but then Mary Rose also sent me a book, and so thrilled to have this in my collection now, and that is Sweets to the Sweet by Susan Branch. And this is the all dessert keepsake book from the heart of the home. So this is all just sweet treat recipes in Susan Branch's lovely handwriting with her beautiful illustrations. I don't know what to make first out of here. If any of you have this book and you have baked any of the delicious treats in here, tell me what you love the most because I don't know where to start. But thank you so much, Mary Rose. I appreciate your generosity and thinking of me so very much. So sweet of you and so sweet of you. And I'm so thrilled to have these, so thank you. And then next up, I received a package in the mail with 3 books that I did not order for myself, and I believe they came from one of you, but there was no gift tag or receipt or note or anything in the package, and I'm so thrilled to have these, so I want to thank you personally. So please, if it was you that sent these to me, leave me a comment down below. But I was sent the 2nd to the 4th books in the Melody Quartet. This is a middle grade quartet by Elizabeth Enright. It starts with the Saturdays, which I own and have read, but I don't have any of the remainder books in the Melody Quartet, which are The 4-Story Mistake, Then There Were 5, and Spiderweb for 2, A Melody Maze. So thrilled to have these. I'm really hoping that I will at least get to 1 or 2 of these during middle grade March this year. So this was perfect timing for these to come into my life. So whoever you are, mystery gift giver, thank you so very much. But if you're watching this, please let me know who you are in the comments so I can properly thank you. But so delighted to have these. And now, what we have been waiting for. I have a very, very big box here. As I said, this book haul is from one of my favorite online discounted booksellers, which is Book Outlet. Now, Book Outlet sells new books, so these are not secondhand books, but they are at a very discounted price. I believe the way they get these books is that they are either remaindered, so a retail store had the books, didn't sell them, and is offloading them, so Book Outlet takes them and sells them at a reduced price. So it is a wonderful way to get lots of books for not a lot of cost. And I actually do have a referral code, which I will pop down in the description box. It's actually always in the description box down towards the bottom, but I'll put it up near the top for you all. If you use that referral code, you will get $5 off your first $25 or more order. So $5 off, that's a pretty good deal, especially considering the prices of the books. And sometimes the prices get very, very cheap, which is lovely. I don't know if Book Outlet ships internationally, so I will look at that and I will put that in the description box as well if they do or do not. I will let you all know that. But without further ado, I have not opened this box up yet. I saved it to do that on camera with all of you, and honestly, it's been a while since I ordered these books, and there's one book that I remember is in here, and all the rest, it's going to be a surprise to me, just like it's a surprise to you. So let us dive into this Book Outlet book haul. I do like that they have these like pull tabs on here. Makes opening the box so much easier. There we go. That's done. Try not to completely destroy the box as I do this. I think my son wants to make a tank for our cats out of a box, so I'm going to save this box for him. I'm trying to be gentle when I open it. Okay. Oh boy, I'm so excited. What did I get here? Okay. Yes. Okay. First up. So I think I have talked a little bit about this. I shared in my 2026 plans for the year. One of the things I'm really working hard on this year is getting myself off of my phone and into my real life and living a more analog existence rather than just finding myself scrolling endlessly and losing lots of my valuable, precious time out of my life. So I'm always looking for other activities and things I can do, especially when I'm at home and I have a few minutes of downtime, you know, puzzles, cross-stitching, different things like that. And I saw this on Book Outlet, so I had to get it. And this is a sticker jigsaw of Pride and Prejudice. How fun is that? So let me see here. Oh, I see. So there's sort of like a, you can see the pictures are sort of like blurred, and then I'm not sure if you can see that. Can you see the kind of jigsaw puzzle lines on the pictures? And then there are obviously stickers that you then fill in. Well, this will be fun. This might be a good thing to do while I'm watching TV. Yeah. Oh, I'm very excited about this. I might start this tonight. This is so, and look how beautiful the illustrations are. Who illustrated this? Illustrated by, oh, there's a sticker over it. Joy LaForme is the illustrator of this. Very excited. Okay, moving on. Next is a book. Oh yes, I'm very excited to have this. I first heard about this on the Tea or Books podcast. This was a book that Simon and Rachel read on one of their episodes and talked about and sounded really, really interesting. And that book is Wise Children by Angela Carter. Apologies for the glare. And this is about two twin sisters, Dora Chance and Nora Chance. And they are the daughters of Sir Melchior Hazard, the greatest Shakespearean actor of his time. They were known as the Lucky Chances, with private lives as colorful and erratic as their careers. Now at age 75, Dora is typing up their life story, and it is a tale indeed. Wise Children sweeps the reader from Broadway in the 1890s to London in 1915, from a 1930s Hollywood adaptation of A Midsummer Night's Dream to London during the Blitz, culminating with Sir Melchior's 100th birthday party. So yes, I've never read Angela Carter before, but when Simon and Rachel talked about this, I was very intrigued. I love things that have to do with the theater, and this sounded right up my alley. So this was originally published in 1991. So yes, very much looking forward to diving into this one. Next up, I have a few middle grade books. I find that Book Outlet is a fantastic place to get middle grade books. So if you're looking for either yourself or your children, grandchildren, what have you, Book Outlet is a wonderful place to get kids books at a really, really good price. So I highly recommend checking them out for that. I mean, you will see here that I found lots of other books for adults as well, but middle grade is this is a great resource for middle grade books. So the first middle grade book that I have is one I have heard really wonderful things about and I've been wanting to read for a while, and it is Olivetti. This is by Allie Millington. It says, A Boy, a Typewriter, and the Stories They Hold. So this is, I believe, about a sort of sentient typewriter. It says, being a typewriter is not as easy as it looks. Surrounded by books, notorious attention hogs, and recently replaced by a computer, Olivetti has been forgotten by the Brindles, the family he's lived with for years. The Brindles are busy humans, apart from 12-year-old Ernest, who would rather be left alone with his collection of Oxford English dictionaries. Once a collector of words, now Olivetti only collects dust. Then it sounds like Ernest's mother, Beatrice, drops Olivetti off at a pawn shop, and then Olivetti learns Beatrice has gone mysteriously missing, and he believes he can help find her. He breaks the only rule of the typewriterly code and types back to Ernest, divulging Beatrice's memories stored inside him. Their search takes them across San Francisco, chasing clues, dodging a dumpster diving girl, maybe committing a few misdemeanors. As Olivetti spills out the past, Ernest is forced to face what he and his family have been running from, the everything that happened. Only by working together will they find Beatrice, belonging, and the parts of themselves they lost. So that sounds really lovely, and this cover is just so beautiful. So very excited for this one. Might be another middle grade March pick for me. And then I had to get this because I just have such fond memories of it from when I was little, which is funny when you hear the title of this. And I just wanted to have a copy of it on my shelves, and that is The Littles by John Peterson. I loved The Littles, both the books and the TV show. I was obsessed with the TV show. Anyone in the US remember Saturday morning cartoons? Where have Saturday morning cartoons gone? That is just like, kids need Saturday morning cartoons. I really wish that was still a thing. But anyway, I love anything miniature and small, and so The Littles are right up my alley. And yes, I really look forward to rereading this. I mean, this is probably a young reader book. It's a little bit younger than almost middle grade, but I don't care. I'm just excited to have it. So I got that one. And then another middle grade book that is a fairly recent release. I think this came out in 2025 or 2024. 2024. Okay. And it is sort of a like mystery historical fiction, and that is The Bletchley Riddle. This is by Ruta Sepetys and Steve Sheinkin. Now, Ruta Sepetys is mostly known for her young adult books, but this is a middle grade book, and I love anything to do with Bletchley Park and World War II. So if you have any recommendations for books about Bletchley Park, please let me know. But this is set in the summer of 1940. 19-year-old Jacob Novus and his quirky younger sister Lizzie share a love of riddles and puzzles, and now they're living inside one. The quarrelsome siblings find themselves amid one of the greatest secrets of World War II, Britain's eccentric code-breaking factory at Bletchley Park. As Jacob joins Bletchley's top minds to crack the Nazis' Enigma cipher, 14-year-old Lizzie embarks on a mission to solve the mysterious disappearance of their mother. So, sounds like there's a few different things going on here, but they are looking for their mother. So very much looking forward to reading this one. And again, maybe another middle grade March pick for me this year. Next up is a book by an author who wrote a book that I absolutely loved. And then I suddenly realized, I think I heard someone mention her. I forget if it was here on BookTube or if it was on Bookstagram, but they mentioned this author and I thought, why have I never read anything more by her? And so I saw this book on Book Outlet and had to get it. And that is The Lifeline by Libby Page. And Libby Page wrote the book The Lido, which in the US is called Mornings with Rosemary. or at least the paperback is. I remember when I first checked it out from the library, it was called the Lido. So I like the Lido better, but it was such a lovely story of an older woman befriending a younger woman. And yes, anyway, I absolutely loved it. Loved Libby Page's writing. And so this one sounds equally as good. It says, for Kate, having a newborn baby means she is almost never alone, but that doesn't mean she isn't lonely. The move from London to Somerset with her husband Jay was supposed to be the start of an exciting new chapter, but sometimes she can't help but wonder if she turned the pages too soon. Phoebe needs help. As a mental health nurse serving her community, the well-being of her patients has always come before her own, yet there's only so long she can pour from an empty cup. Looking for a lifeline, Kate and Phoebe find a sense of community and each other through their local river swimming group. But when things get tough, they realize that good friends can both raise us up and stop us sinking. So again, this one also surrounds swimming, which the Lido does as well. So this sounds like another good one from Libby Page, and I'm hoping I really enjoy this. Now we're going to get into the truly great finds that I found on Book Outlet. I have some mysteries here that I found, and you guys, I found 4 British Library crime classics on Book Outlet, and I had to get them all. So, okay, first up is a Christmas mystery, so I'm going to save this for the coming Christmas, but that is The White Priory Murders, and this is by John Dixon Carr, writing as Carter Dixon. So it says, James Bennett has been invited to stay at White Priory for Christmas among the retinue of the glamorous Hollywood actress Marcia Tate. Her producer, her lover, the playwright for her next hit, and her agent are all here, all soon to become suspects when Tate is found murdered on a cold December morning in the lakeside pavilion. Only the footprints of her discoverer disturb the snow that fell overnight, and that stopped just shortly after Marcia was last seen alive. How did the murderer get in and out of the pavilion without leaving a trace? And then when Bennett's uncle, the cantankerous amateur sleuth Sir Henry Merivale, arrives from London to make sense of this impossible crime, the reader is treated to a feast of the author's trademark twists, beguiling false answers, and one of the most ingenious solutions in the history of the mystery genre. Well, that sounds just wonderfully delightful for the holiday season. And then next I have Twice Round the Clock by Billy Houston. Love this cover. So beautiful. And this says, Horace Manning, scientist, recluse, and closed book, even to his friends, is found dead in his study at 4 a.m. following dinner in honor of his daughter's engagement. An ivory-handled carving knife rests between his shoulder blades as the house guests gather round to witness the awful crime. The telephone line has been sabotaged. A calculated murder has been committed. Rewinding 12 hours, the events of the afternoon and evening unfold, revealing a multitude of clues and motives from a closed cast of suspects until the narrative reaches 4 a.m. again, then races on to its riveting conclusion at 4 p.m. as the reader is led twice round the clock. I like that. That sounds like a really interesting way to do a mystery. I'm not completely unique. Other mystery writers have kind of done that, like shown you the crime and then gone back in time to before the murder happens, but sounds good. I am looking forward to this one too. And then next is The Chianti Flask by Marie Belloc Lowndes. This says, an enigmatic young woman named Laura Dowsland stands on trial for murder, accused of poisoning her elderly husband, Fordish. It seems clear that the poison was delivered in a flask of Chianti with supper, but according to the couple's servant and the witness box, the flask disappeared the night Fordish died, and all attempts to trace it have come to nothing. The jury delivers its verdict, but this is just the end of the beginning of Marie Belloc Lowndes' gripping story. So, okay. These authors, well, these last two, Marie Belloc Lowndes and Billy Houston, are both unfamiliar to me, so I'm excited to give them a try. But this next one is an author I want to read more of, and the book I got this time was Two-Way Murder by E.C.R. Lorac. And this says, it happened on a dark and misty night, the night of the ball at the Princess Hall, Fordings. Abuzz with rumors surrounding the disappearance of Rosemary Reeve on the eve of last year's ball, the date proves ill-fated again when two homebound partygoers, Nick and Dillis, come to a swerving halt before a corpse on the road. Arriving at the scene to the news that Nick has been attacked after telephoning for the police, Inspector Turner suspects there may be more to the case than a deadly accident. It's not long before Waring of the local CID is drawn into the investigation, faced with the task of unraveling an increasingly tangled knot of misleading alibis and deep-rooted local grievances. So, very excited for more ACR Lorac, so looking forward to this one as well. So those are all the British Library crime classic books that I found on Book Outlet. It was a good day for me on Book Outlet. And then I have 3 more mysteries, not British Library crime classics. The next mystery that I have is actually a collection of short stories, and this is Murder by Candlelight, and this is 10 classic crime stories for winter. Features Dorothy L. Sayers, Catherine Aird, Carter Dixon, Cyril Hare, Freeman Willis Crofts, Simon Brett, and more. And I have read Murder at Christmas, I believe is the one I have, which is also, these are all selected by Cecily Gayford, and she has a few mystery short story collections that she has compiled. And so since I really, really loved the other one of hers that I have read, I wanted to get this one as well. So it sounds like it's more just set at winter rather than at Christmas specifically. So I'm excited about this one. And then I have a similar short story collection featuring lots of different authors, but this one is for summertime, and that is Murder Under the Sun. And these are classic mysteries for summer featuring Arthur Conan Doyle, Anthony Berkeley, Gladys Mitchell, Nicholas Blake, Edmund Crispin, Ellis Peters, Simon Brett, and more. So I'm going to save this one and read it this summer. Very much looking forward to this one. Love this very summery cover. Love a good mystery in the summertime. I love a good mystery anytime, but that one looks perfect for summer. Next up is a book by an author I've been wanting to try for a while, and this isn't her first book, but this one was available on Book Outlet, so I thought I'd give it a try, and I believe it's a standalone, and that is The Mystery Writer by Sulari Gentiel. And this says, there's nothing easier to dismiss than a conspiracy theory until it turns out to be true. When Theodosia Benton abandons her career path as an attorney and shows up on her brother's doorstep with 2 suitcases and an unfinished novel, she expects to face a few challenges. Will her brother support her ambition or send her back to finish her degree? What will her parents say when they learn of her decision? Does she even have what it takes to be a successful writer? What Theo never expects is to be drawn into a hidden literary world in which identity is something that can be lost and remade for the sake of an audience. When her mentor, a highly successful author, is brutally murdered, Theo wants the killer to be found and justice to be served. Then the police begin looking at her brother Gus as their prime suspect, and Theo does the unthinkable in order to protect him. But the writer has left a trail, a thread out of the labyrinth in the form of a story. Gus finds that thread and follows it, and in his attempt to save his sister, he inadvertently threatens the foundations of the labyrinth itself. To protect the carefully constructed narrative, Theo Benton and everyone looking for her will have to die. Well, that sounds very intriguing. I do think this is a standalone literary type mystery, sounds like. Has anyone read Sulari Gentiel? Gentiel? Not sure. And let me know if you've enjoyed her or not, but I'm going to give her a go. And then I have one final book. I found a nonfiction, and I was so excited to find this because I have heard wonderful things about it, and I have wanted to add it to my Jane Austen nonfiction book collection, and that is The Real Jane Austen, A Life in Small Things by Paula Byrne. And this says, acclaimed biographer Paula Byrne explores the forces that shaped the interior life of one of the most beloved novelists in the English language. Her father's religious faith, her mother's aristocratic pedigree, her eldest brother's adoption, her relatives in the East and West Indies, the family's amateur theatricals, and her determination throughout her long struggle to become a published author. The woman who emerges is far tougher, more socially and politically aware, and altogether more modern than the conventional picture. Like a superb archaeologist, Byrne uses artifacts from Jane Austen's life to craft a vivid and more complex portrait of the writer than we have ever seen. So, very, very excited to have found this book. Such a great deal. Oh my goodness. You guys, let us hold up. Let me see if I can hold up the stack. Woo! Oh, that was a lot of books. it was a good day for me on Book Outlet when I went and found all of those delightful books to add to my collection. I'm so excited to have them. Like I said, Book Outlet is a fantastic resource for discounted books. I will say that sometimes you have to be a little diligent, but you can create wish lists and save for later lists of books on Book Outlet once you create an account. So if you can't find exactly what you're looking for, you can keep returning and searching for particular authors or titles. And it's a great place to look for classics. If you're looking to add some classics to your collection, I highly recommend that. As I said, middle grade is also wonderful. And definitely it's a great resource if you're looking for hardcover editions of books that have been fairly recently published. So within the past 2 or 3 years. I think they often get hardcover copies of books after they have been printed in paperback. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely go check them out for that. Like I said, I do have that referral code down below. So if you are a new Book Outlet customer, you can click my link and you will get $5 off your first $25 purchase. $25 or more. You can certainly spend more than that, but at least $25. So that will be down in the description box for you. So I hope you enjoyed seeing both my very big Book Outlet haul and also the few lovely gifts that I received in the mail. But before we go, I have one last thing to tell you. Book friends, yesterday, February 2nd, was the 2-year anniversary of my very first booktube video. I'll put a picture of the thumbnail right here. I was so incredibly nervous. I had no idea what I was doing. I knew I wanted to talk about books and find a community of kindred spirits, and yet I kind of thought maybe it would just be me and my 3 closest friends. I had been on Bookstagram for many, many years, and I did have a feeling that maybe some of those friends over there would come over here as well, and I know that they did. Hello, Bookstagram friends. But I had no idea that my channel was going to become what it is today, and I am eternally grateful to each and every one of you, and I want to say a big thank you to all of you. Whether you have been here from the very first video, whether you just found me in my last video, I am so, so glad that you are here and part of my cozy corner of BookTube. So I raise my cuppa to all of you. Thank you so much for making this community the beautiful, cozy, comforting, bookish space that it is. So here is to many, many more years ahead. But thank you all for being here today. From the bottom of my heart, it has been the most amazing 2 years of my life, and I can't thank you enough. And that will wrap up this Book Outlet book haul video. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the books that I found. I am so excited. I cannot wait to add them to my shelves. And let me know down in the comments, did you see any books here that you're excited about? You maybe want to go on Book Outlet, see if they're still available there. And let me know, are you new to Book Outlet? Do you not know about them? Or have you shopped from them before? Have you found any wonderful books on Book Outlet recently? Let's chat all things book hauls, Book Outlet, discounted books down in the comments below. And if you're here but you don't have anything you'd like to add in the comments, but you'd like to let me know you were here, because comments really do help my channel, well, why don't you leave some book emojis, of course, since this is a book haul and that's what this channel is all about, books, books, and more books. Leave those bookish emojis down below. I love seeing them. And like I said, they do help my channel, as do likes and now hypes. If you're on the YouTube mobile app, you can hit the hype button. And if you are new here and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, I would love it if you would do so and join me and all of my book friends here in this cozy corner of BookTube. And thank you all once again so much for being here, for watching, liking, commenting, for being a part of this community for 2 years now. And as always, I'll be back with another video very soon. But until then, I wish you a good book and a warm cuppa. Bye.